Yo, yo, what's going on? It's Joe back here again with another one on Joe Talks. And yeah, hey, some big moves are going on in the NFL right now. Um, Shit, Micah Parsons and the Cowboys didn't work out. Moved on to the Packers. From Cowgirl to Cheesehead down. Hey man, pay the man. You know, say he thinks that's what he's worth, and that's what he's worth. And if a team is willing to pay, especially a non QB, that even though from the looks of it, it seems like edge rushers are the next um highest position other than a quarterback. That's just what it seems like right now. Because it started off at the offseason with Crosby being the highest paid, and then Miles Garrett got his, or vice versa. I forgot which one got theirs first, but it was Crosby or Miles Garrett that was the highest paid, and then now Parsons got his. Now he's the highest paid edge rusher. So it seems like the edge rushing position is becoming a really good paying position. So, yeah, I'll give him props for that. Do I personally think he's worth that much? No, but it seems like NFL and here's this. He's not bad whatsoever. It's just the first two seasons he had a really good seasons. And then last year, he didn't really have the best season. Then again, last year, the Cowboys as a whole were just a dumpster fire, honestly. And yeah, so I don't really, so we'll see this year to see if he's worth all that. But I mean, going to Green Bay, a good coach, or like good coaching in general, good team, young team as well. So, hey, Green Bay looking kind of dangerous. And coming from a Lions fan, I don't know if I'm, the best uh person to ask about this, but like the trade, like I said, the trade, I don't know. Parsons, say you use him right, because to be honest, for a D end, like D ends now that play, like a lot of D ends now are 6'5" and above. At least the elite ones, like the Crosbys, Miles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, all 6'5", big dudes. And Parsons not a small dude, but Parsons isn't the same size as them. I think Parsons like 6'2", 6'3", maybe. He has put on size this offseason. I'll say this, every season he's put on size. But yeah, I don't know. You have to wait and see. It seems like inflation hit the NFL the hardest because some of these contracts are crazy. I remember back, I don't know, I guess maybe 10 years ago or whatever you want to call it, 5 years ago. Well, no, not even 5 years ago, probably about 10 years ago now, to where contracts weren't crazy. Say someone had a crazy contract, they were a top-notch player. Nowadays, you don't have to be no top-notch player to get paid big money. Honestly, all you have to do is be good. You ain't even got to be above average good. You can just be good and still get paid. Like, I mean, take the quarterback position, for example. All them deals were getting done. Like Trevor Lawrence. Who else? Jordan Love. And not to say these guys aren't good, but to be paying them more than shit. To be paying them more than Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Goff even, because Goff been showing out the last two seasons. So to pay them, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, who else had a crazy Dak, you know, like to be paying them guys high, it's crazy. But to get into the Parsons contract, what did Green Bay? So Green Bay offered him, I think he got 188 million. I think 126 or 133 million guaranteed for 4 years. And like I said, it makes him the highest non-paid quarterback at 47 million a year. And then supposedly Dallas even offered him more money. Apparently Dallas offered him 205 or 208 mil, with I think 100 and something, I think 170 something guaranteed for 5 years instead of four at Dallas. And then for those of you who don't really know a lot about Texas, you also got the no state income tax. So Parsons would have been making some real bank. But hey, supposedly him and Jerry, man. Hey, and then honestly, man, Jerry. To get kind of off, well, not really off topic. I was gonna talk about this anyways, but say y'all haven't seen, Netflix just recently dropped. It's called the Americans team. Back when the Cowboys were the team back in the '90s when Jerry took over, Jerry and Jimmy and all that. But Jimmy, wanted all the credit, or not Jimmy. Jerry wanted all the credit, even coaching credits. Even though so it seemed like, I don't know. Like, I get it, Jerry. Jerry turned it around, got 3 Super Bowls, pretty quick. But I mean, it seems like Jerry is still living in the past. And what I mean by living in the past is I feel like he's still living 30 years in the past. Because, hey, I'm gonna be honest, the kind of decisions that he's been making, and not just like draft decisions and free agent decisions, but contract decisions. It seems like every year he's having a contract negotiation, a contract dispute with some kind of player. Last year it was Dak, which, I mean, honestly, if I was Jerry, and then from the looks of it, honestly, this is what I thought was going to happen, to be honest. I thought Jerry was going to sign CeeDee Lamb, which he did. He signed CeeDee Lamb to big money. I think made CeeDee Lamb the highest paid, or just under the highest paid, just behind Jefferson, I think. Yeah. I don't think he was the highest paid, but overall, like I said, with their no state income tax in Texas, CeeDee Lamb will be the highest paid. Because Jefferson's the highest paid. But he's in Minnesota. They still have state income tax. I can't remember. Chase's deal might be the biggest now. I don't know. There's so many big deals going around. It's crazy. But anyways, yeah, it seems like Jerry's living in the past. But every year he's having a contract dispute with someone. Like last year it was CeeDee Lamb and Dak. This year it's Micah Parsons, which is crazy because this is how I saw it going. I saw him knocking out CeeDee Lamb's deal, and I saw him knocking out Micah Parsons' deal last year. I was shocked when I seen him sign Dak to the contract he signed Dak to. Because I'm going to be honest, man, Dak can be good, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just been the coaching, because, Jerry, so say you watch the show Americans team. Like I said, it's on Netflix. It's a story of the Cowboys. Say you watch that, you saw how the Cowboys were ran. It seemed like Jerry wanted to be the head honcho. He wanted to control everything. And it seems like a lot of players didn't like that. And then even back then, he was having contract disputes. Like, he had a contract dispute with Emmitt Smith and all that back then, And then just a lot of people, like a lot of players just weren't, too fond of him, when it came to the contracts. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But, hey, Parsons got paid either way. Went from Cowgirl to Cheesehead, so that's kind of cool. And like I said, as a Lions fan, I don't really know. But like I said, man, Parsons is kind of undersized to be an edge. I'm not saying he's not good. He is good, but he's not, to be honest, he's not on the Aiden Hutchinson, Crosby, and Myles Garrett level. At least in my opinion, at least not yet. So he could come out this season. Like I said, Green Bay has a good coaching staff, well-ran team. He could come out and dominate this year. Because honestly, man, say you're trying to win. It's not always about the money. And Parsons, like I said, if that's true what the Cowboys offered him, and he turned that down, maybe it really is not all about the money to him. Maybe he's really trying to win a chip. And, like I said, the way that Jerry is and the way Jerry thinks, Dallas ain't gonna win nothing. And I'm gonna be honest, man. Say they even had the best team, like not last year. What was it? The 23 season. The 23 season, man. They were rolling. I'll give them that. They were rolling and everything. They get to the playoffs, get blown out. And to be honest, man, Dak played like garbage. I have to put it on Dak. And then, like I said, and then Jerry just signed his contract. I think 5 years, some crazy amount. It's crazy. I can't remember, but Dak's the highest paid player in the league, which is, like I said, man. Like I say, you ain't gotta be be a above average superstar to get crazy money. All you have to do is just be good, and then you can get paid. It just depends on what the market range is for your position at the time you're trying to get a contract, which is crazy. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. And then as long as the owners are willing to pay it, hey, I mean, I guess power to them. But Parsons, honestly, this season, I could see him playing good. It just depends, like I said. But honestly, do I have any worries about going up against them, especially the first week, because Lions and Packers open up the season 425. It's gonna be a good game. I don't really see him causing trouble because I mean, hey, say you don't know the Detroit Lions offensive line, man, solid. There has been some guys moving around like the center Ragnar retired. They drafted a guard from, I think he was from Ohio. No, we drafted a guard from either Ohio or Oregon. And then I think we drafted another O-line guy too, or picked the O-line up in free agency. But that's the innards, and then so far everything's been good from what they've been saying about them. But shit, the two edges, man, you got Decker and Sewell on both tackle positions. So I mean, to be honest, I don't really see Parsons beating Sewell. Decker is getting kind of old, so I could see Parsons, maybe getting the advantage on him a couple times. But I don't see Parsons going crazy in the Lions. Like I said, he's a little undersized, and he didn't come off playing the best season last year, So I don't know. But like I say, the Cowboys are a dumpster fire. They weren't really using them right last year, so we'll just have to wait and see. But, all in all, congratulations to Micah Parsons for getting paid, and yeah. I guess stay tuned, man. Hey, all I know is I'm ready for some football, man. A couple more days. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm curious to know how anyone else feels about this. Like I said, him and Jay, like I said, players get sick of Jerry, man. Because like I said, and the thing with Jerry is Jerry seems to just, I don't know. Like I say, Jerry isn't a normal owner. Like I say, he operates completely different. I don't understand why there's always an issue, but yes, hey, it's only a matter of time before players get fed up and tired of it. Like, I mean, players see every year you're having a contract negotiation or a contract dispute with some player. Players are going to see that and not mess with that, because players are going to think, oh, well, shit, when it's my time to get paid, I'm either going to get tossed, traded, or be going back and forth with him, But I'll say this, even though Jerry always makes noise around about contracts and brings attention, he seems to always do them, if that makes sense. This is like one of the first ones he hasn't done, in my opinion. But, it seems like Parsons was the one that really initiated. Because like I said, Jerry offered him a bigger contract than Green Bay. And like I said, Texas, there's no state income tax. So you're automatically getting more money than some other teams in some other states. So for Dallas to offer him more and no state income tax, and for him to turn it down and say, hey, screw it, I'm going to Green Bay, like I said, players see. And like I said, as long as Jerry Jones is the owner and the GM, I don't see them winning a chip, especially with Dak, and like I said, he just signed Dak to a 5-year deal, so he still has 4 more years, and Jerry getting old, man, so I don't know. I'm just curious how anyone else feels about this, and to see if anyone else feels the same way. But I'm gonna wrap the vid up. It's getting kind of long now. That's pretty much it. Like I said, the deal he struck with Green Bay, 4 years, 188 million. I think 126 to 133 million guaranteed. Makes him the highest paid non-quarterback at I think 45 or 47 million per year as a defensive end. So hey, just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap the vid up. Say you guys enjoyed the vid, like, subscribe, I'd appreciate it, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.